I have to leave tonight by 8 o'clock.
We should be done by,
You asked for?
she has someplace to go at 8 o'clock. I'm hoping. Are you right?
Yeah. Everybody well?
Lisa,
Good.
we're starting, man.
All right.
We got, somebody
Lisa,
has to leave. All right.
Can you hear Mike?
Orangevale Recreation Park District Board of Directors meeting for Thursday, April 8th. I'm doing fine. Regular meeting at 6:30.
Oh, wait. Now I can't. Now I can't. No.
The Board of Directors may take up any agenda item at any time regardless
I
of
can't hear
order
Mike
listed.
either.
Yeah,
Action may
it went
be
out.
taken on any item on the agenda.
Sorry. Mike, they can't hear you on Zoom, so if we can.
Maybe I have to go on like Orangevale.
Hello? Is that better?
It's on Orangevale,
Live?
right?
Hello?
Orangevale Live. Why are we not broadcasting on our own Facebook?
We are actually.
Oh, good.
Ready?
Can you hear Mike now?
I can hear an echo.
Yes, there's a big echo. Major.
We're good? All right, Lisa.
Now I don't hear anything, but
All right, ready? We're all good?
Yeah, I don't hear anything either.
no sound.
They can't hear
Just
you,
trying
Mike.
to
Can you
see
hear
if I
me?
can get to the page.
Lisa and Erica, can you hear us? On is the
Try
circle.
now.
There we
All
go.
right.
Oh, yes.
I was gonna say the Facebook is on a delay though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's delayed by, I don't know, 10 or 20 seconds, depending on the bandwidth.
Okay, so you just went to Rec and Park?
Can you hear me?
I can hear
All
you.
right.
Yeah, I can hear. Is that Barry?
All right, so we're going to do a roll call.
Okay, I think I heard roll call. It's gonna be interesting. You said you had to be done by 8, Lisa? Okay. So we
Yeah,
got
you see me, I'm gonna be
Swenson.
like, peace out.
Swenson is present. Stickney, I think you're present. Yes. Mraz.
Present.
Okay. Brunberg, I do not. Sharon is not here, right? Okay. And Montez is present. And then we have Barry Ross.
Present?
Jennifer Von Ash, is she there?
Yes, she is.
Okay. And Horacio is here. Jason Bain is here. Melissa Woodford is here, and Nadia Roberts is here.
All right, let's go ahead and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as written?
I'll move to approve the agenda as posted.
I'll second that motion.
Mike, is your switch on?
Is that better or not?
It should be on.
Up?
Now I can hear you.
All right,
That's
good.
great.
There we go. All right, now we're back in business. So we have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as written. All right, and I see.
I approve.
this- All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, so it's 5-0. Sharon has appeared. That's good. Any person may address the board upon any subject within the jurisdiction of the Orangevale Recreation Park District, with each speaker being limited to 3 minutes. However, the chairperson can impose reasonable limitation to the maximum time per person and per agenda item to allow the board to complete its business. Any matter that requires action will be referred to staff or committee for a report and action at a subsequent meeting. 6A, approval of minutes, special
I
meeting,
move that we approve the minutes for the special meeting
March
on March 3rd.
All right, so we have a motion. I'll second that. So we have a motion and a second. Any corrections or comments? All right, let's go ahead and vote.
Stickney?
Yes.
Mraz?
Yes.
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 Brunberg?
She's on mute.
Myself. I'm trying to unmute myself. Where did it go?
Yeah, you,
Okay, you're unmuted now.
Okay, yes.
all right.
Okay. Montez?
Yes.
Okay. And I abstain. I was not present there. And I thought there was, I thought I read somebody else was not present. at
I
that
thought
meeting.
it looked like there was only, you were the only one not at the meeting.
Oh, was I the only one? Then maybe that needs to be corrected, because I thought it said that,
I thought it said everybody was there.
oh, maybe it said somebody arrived late.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, then we got approval of minutes of the regular meeting. Did we vote on that, yes? We voted on the last one, 5-0, correct?
Special meeting
Special meeting?
was the one we voted on.
All right, then we have a regular meeting of March 11th.
I move we approve the minutes of the regular meeting on March 11th, 2021 as presented.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any corrections or comments? Okay, then we will go ahead and vote.
All right, Mraz,
Yes.
Grunberg,
Yes.
Montez,
Yes.
Swenson, yes, Stickney.
Yes.
All
So,
right.
so I have it 5-0.
Yep.
Then we're going to go to correspondence. A, you want to speak to that?
Yeah, just, we've got a couple nice pieces of correspondence. One was an email, one was a phone call, complimenting staff, primarily our parks maintenance staff, for the job they did at preparing the disc golf course in the first one. And then the second one had to do with park maintenance for the Orangevale Community Park, just complimenting the nice landscaping. So kudos to our parks maintenance staff for those.
All right. Yeah, I think I would.
Thank you, guys.
I guess the tournament went off all right. I was there Friday night walking around. Looked like it was going pretty good.
It did.
You were there Saturday, is that correct?
I was there the first Friday,
Okay.
Oh, the COVID day.
the COVID day. What happened? What do you mean?
Someone tested positive.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, but they took appropriate measures and all was good.
Okay, so consent calendar, we have none. It's,
Yeah, due to the timing of the agenda, the finance reports were not ready in time, so next month, we will be covering both March and April finances.
okay. So 10 is standing committees. We had no meetings that were recorded.
Can I speak a little bit to that, though?
Sure.
A few committee meetings that, one is scheduled, and two others that I want to get dates and at least put it out there for board members to consider. We do have a committee meeting tomorrow. It's our policy committee. We're going to be meeting at 9 o'clock. It's directors Mraz and Montez. Director Montez, are you planning on being on Zoom, or are you able to come in for that meeting?
I will be able to come in for that meeting.
Fantastic. All right, we'll be here at 9 o'clock for that. Also want to schedule we've already discussed the first week of May, I think it's the week of May 3rd, our next Finance Committee meeting, and that's with Directors Brunberg and Swenson, and want to try to nail a date down for that. Earlier in the week might be better, or midweek. I know Director Swenson prefers Fridays, but maybe even a meeting after work hours. Typically, Thursdays tend to work best for the board. Maybe, was that the 6th? I think it's May 6th, the Thursday, if that's a date that works after work.
I do coaching, so
Right.
can I get back to you on that? There's
Absolutely.
like
Sure,
a
why
few
don't you-
calendars I have
I'll
to check.
start emails.
Work around Swenson's schedule, because I'm open
Great.
Why don't you guys look at your calendar?
evenings after that week.
Thank you, Sharon. And I will start it off with an email and try to solidify a date. Okay?
Okay, so we're looking at that first week of May.
We are. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll look at mine, and I just know we're starting to compete and have.
So you'll send that on an email tomorrow, and then they can
Yes.
look at over the weekend and get back to you.
Sure thing. Sure
All
thing.
right.
And then the third one was a planning committee meeting.
What?
Planning committee.
Okay.
And the primary purpose for that would be to discuss projects that we want to move forward with the Prop 68 per capita grant money. And looking at mid to late May for that. So
It's me and Lisa.
I believe it's you and Lisa. Let me confirm. Planning committee. Yes.
Why don't you send us an email, both of us, and then we'll,
Okay.
I'm not going out of town until June, so I think it'll pretty much any time.
Great.
Lisa, do you
Which
like?
reminds me, I don't think I can make the June meeting. I'll be in Wyoming. Wait a minute, I gotta go check.
Okay. Well, all right. Lisa, do you like Fridays morning the best? Is that what you like best?
I do prefer Friday mornings. However, I have
No, that's
quite
fine.
a,
That's fine.
my Fridays in May are pretty booked. With some filming and other activities, so I can be available during the week.
All right, okay.
I'll make.
Great.
All right, well, we'll talk.
I'll get emails out.
Yep.
Thank you.
Perfect.
All right, so then we're on to an administrator report.
Yeah, I will just touch upon like 5 of these items, but one is, I already mentioned I went to the St. Patrick's tournament that first day of the tournament, that Friday, the 12th, and what I witnessed was really impressive. It was organized. The staff that they hired for, or the volunteers that they had as monitors, course monitors, and marshals of the course were doing a great job. They were masked. They were helping direct the public, warning the public of the extra holes that were out there where people would normally walk. And the players were well behaved and seemed to be having a really good time. And it was fun for me to watch some very skilled players.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The next thing is I took a tour of 3 of the farms in Orangevale, and that was a great experience for me to see how working farms are operating here in Orangevale and how impressive they are. I took that tour with Maha Bruner and Brad Squires and visited their farms. Primarily it was a good opportunity for me to meet further with Maha, and since she's going to be bringing her farmers market here, it helped to educate me on what she's doing.
And then that's the special meeting that we're going to discuss in 2 weeks or something?
Yeah, we're looking at doing that in 2 weeks.
All right.
Right. And then myself, Jason Bain, and Nadia Coca Roberts participated in a meeting with San Juan Unified School District. And the purpose of that meeting is San Juan has funds that they have through COVID relief that their goal is to send kids this summer to programs that are going to help them in various areas of education, whether it be STEM type programs, physical education, more leisure enrichment through music or arts. And so they're reaching out to park districts to find out what programs that we have to offer that they can send kids. So it might be a real good opportunity for us to attract more kids to our programs through the school district. And the school district's going to be paying to send the kids to us. So we're going to have a follow-up meeting next Friday the 19th. I'm sorry, next Friday the 16th, to learn more about that program and find out if how applicable it's going to be to us.
So we may have to create some new programs, or?
No, we don't. It's what we submitted to them is pretty much what we have to offer in our rec guide.
Okay.
But there is an opportunity if we want to expand our programs, bring some of our instructors to school campuses and teach additional classes there. There's an opportunity. And they have teachers that may be interested in teaching additional classes for us. That one is kind of up in the air.
All right. So next Friday or so you'll have a meeting.
Right.
All right.
Then I did have a phone meeting with John Isom, financial advisor that's worked with the district on the general obligation bond. So it was good for me to meet John and for him to bring me up to speed on the information that he's already shared with the district, and also to game plan a little bit with timing for if we want to go out for a general obligation bond. But it was educational for me and informative.
Okay.
I want a little shout out to rec coordinator Nadia, who is a guest speaker for a Parks and Recreation class with American River College. And I want to thank her for stepping up and doing that. We get positive feedback from Professor Diaz with American River College. So that was nice. I also want to bring up that CARPD Representative Matt Duarte and several district administrators within Sac County. We were able to, and thanks also to Supervisor Sue Frost for making time on their Board of Supervisors agenda this past Tuesday to allow some of our district administrators to speak to the County Board of Supervisors on behalf of all the Parks and Recreation districts within Sacramento County, asking for consideration when they're allocating funds for COVID relief. Special districts have yet to be recognized and yet to receive any funds. And so it was an opportunity for us to speak to the Board of Supervisors. And the 3 representatives did a fantastic job. And I'm hopeful that we're going to get consideration when it comes time for the county to issue funds.
So you think it went well then?
It went very well.
Okay.
It was very well received. And they had about 15 minutes to speak. So it went really well. I think that's all I have.
What about the Arcade Cripple Creek Trail, Sierra Club? That went all right?
That went well, yes. I met with Casey and Leslie with City of Citrus Heights, who presented last month for us, as well as a representative from Sierra Club of Sacramento. And the representative was primarily interested in making sure that some of the issues that were addressed by some of our residents were considered, and she was satisfied with the presentation that was given.
All right. Okay, and then next page, 17. The only thing I saw on that was that the revenue looked a little shaky.
The recreation
Probably
revenue.
Page 17 at the bottom.
Right. Jason, would you like to start the report for recreation?
Well, the revenue was off. Obviously, we're still missing a huge chunk of facilities work. But again, this wasn't. This was also report was taken before the end of the month, so I didn't have all the numbers because I had to get it in a couple weeks ago, or a week ago. So it's not 100% where it is, and I put a little thing on the back of that because it was as of March 23rd. But yeah, it was down. We're hoping now that we're moving forward, things are hopefully progressing. We've got swim clinics starting Monday, and right behind that swim team. And you know, with the governor saying June 15th, you know, we're going to be more business as usual. I'm hoping to get lessons going. We're going to open up the pool for not all days yet, because again, I'm having a tough time, like most aquatic people, staffing, and we're slowly building on it. And if it builds bigger, we'll have more. But you know, I took some of the days that were the least popular, Mondays, Sundays, and Wednesdays, and left those off, and then everything else will be pretty much hopefully normal. So again, you know, things are down now. Hopefully, you know, with the upturn, things are going to improve for us. We're hoping. But yeah, I mean, one of those things is we couldn't keep riding that wave. I know that I did when rescheduling all the numbers for this year. I put it heavily on this part of the year, hoping that this part of the year would be picking up. So it sounds like it is. So hopefully it keeps moving.
Like the beach volleyball participants and the track and field. I was kind of bummed that I couldn't get Kaylee Ann into that track and field group, but I like that we have that.
Well, you can't be too bummed. We do have an April one starting. It's on the 22nd or 21st, so still
Well, it's her,
left.
it's her age.
Oh, that's true. She looks too under.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tennis
But
court?
the girl loves to run. So,
Well,
but
in
I was
the-
excited to see those.
In the summertime, we'll have camp versions of a lot of programs. That'll be more 6 to 12 instead of the 8 or 9. So maybe she can get in. How old is she now? She's 7?
7. Yeah. Where she's almost 8. But yeah, it was good to see those programs. I like to see those.
Skyhawks is really kicking off this year, and he's already got his programs almost full again. So
Oh, good. Good. All right.
Melissa, is there
Yes.
anything you want to add?
I was going to say with Melissa here, I mean, basically she saved a lot of us in a lot of revenue with a lot of these Skyhawk classes. They've been going quite full, and it's the things that we can't do outside, and they offered a lot, and a lot of them filled up. And so, without those, and Melissa keeping a handle on that, we would have been sunk many months. So
Thanks, Melissa.
Can you explain to me what a Skyhawk class is?
Skyhawks is a company that does sports programming. We have two companies. We have National Academy of Athletics and Skyhawks. So they're just a company that do youth sports. And Skyhawks they are the ones who run the track and field program, beach volleyball program. We have a beginner's golf program. There is the tennis, intermediate tennis and beginning tennis programs as well. And then Skyhawks has the National Academy has the after-school sports program starting next week. So we work with two companies that provide different sports throughout and then in the summertime, we get to pick pretty much what they have to offer and put a whole bunch of camp programs out as well.
Thank you.
And I will say off of what Jason was saying with the revenue ending earlier than expected, literally this last 2 weeks, we've had lots of calls coming in and staff has put out for the Tiger Sharks payments are due. So our phones have been ringing off the hook with that revenue coming in as well, like Jason said, with Tiger Shark starting up here soon. So hopefully they'll be projected in the next one that you guys will get to see that we still have some more coming in.
All right.
Nadia, anything you want to add?
We'll have some, I don't know if you can hear me, because I don't know what the mic is, but we have a lot of events coming up. So craft fair is full. We've got the rummage sale with some signups going on, like kind of last minute, because that's on the 17th. And then we've got our cyber open house at the end of the month, so that'll also show some revenue. And then we've got Creek Week this weekend. So yeah, a lot of stuff coming up.
Right. And then park maintenance, Horacio?
Good evening. We've been pretty busy now. We have irrigation turned back on, so we're irrigating now. It has been good weather, some hot days, some not so hot, but everything's running out with those winds. I did do a more thorough analysis of the big day of service. We also had a meeting with them. I met with them because they schedule a couple scheduled meetings. They still want more. So what we're looking at is pretty close to 12,000 square feet of fencing between all of the areas. So we're looking at around 60 gallons or so. I did run the numbers, and we're looking also at replacing about 10 to 12 posts and around 20 boards, which we're coordinating with them and all the volunteers. Right now, from our last meeting, they had over 200 people. So they do have quite a bit of volunteers that are doing the work on the big day of service. So, but that's what it is. I was talking to them about the last project and the fencing that was painted white by the elementary school there, and they said that it used a lot more than what they calculated. So even with this calculations, they thought it was a little less than what they thought. So we're gonna be okay, I think. The paint price came at a better pricing than what I thought when I got the quote. So we're looking around $1,600 or so for the paint. So actually, they give us a better price.
Good.
So and for the materials, we're looking at around 700 for the wood and the supplies that are going to be needed. So that's what I got for that report, and we've been quite busy out there. I don't know if Barry was going to mention the tennis courts. The tennis courts, they started working on them and they just completed them. We haven't done the walkthrough, so we're just finishing up. I just have to get a couple more things to get all the nets up, but they look good. I walked them and got some good comments from the public as well.
Yeah, I thought we saw some comments from the public looking for that with the pickleball. So I'm so excited that we're catering to our public. We are helping get them the recreation they want.
Yeah, I got 2 phone calls from a couple of neighbors that asking when were they going to be open, and I told them we're looking for the final part so that we can have the tennis court ready and the pickleball courts ready. So they look good. So we'll see what happens, but it's gonna attract more of the public.
We have been getting phone calls the last 2 days, even more so, Horacio. So yes, as soon as you have the information, we'll definitely need to get it out there. I think we had a few phone calls just alone today, so people are noticing.
Hazel Avenue, they look very good.
Yeah.
They do. I saw them up close yesterday, and they look fantastic.
So we're looking, what, maybe 2 weeks, or?
I don't know, Horacio, with getting the net up, I know that we were looking to get a crank system. I don't know if that's going to happen, or just get the net up.
Our goal is to have it within 2 weeks. So within 2 weeks it will be open.
Okay, great.
I can testify to that. So even if we have to mount the nets for the meantime like that, and we just go back and get the cranks, but we'll get them up.
Yeah, Horacio and I are planning on doing a walkthrough tomorrow afternoon, and hopefully there's no punch list items that we have to worry about, and we can get going.
The lights already work?
They do, yeah.
And they're set up to what, like 10 o'clock they're going to shut off, or?
Yes, 10 o'clock, right, Horacio?
Yeah, that's the setup. Right now, we can adjust them. They show me, all the clock functions and all that. And right now they're set up so they come on, or you can turn them on at 5, and then they can go off at 10 o'clock. But we'll gauge that based on the use as well as the public. So, but they're both ready. So, anytime within 2 weeks they'll be open.
Yeah, I like all the pictures.
Oh, good, yeah. Took some while I was out there at the disc golf, and the fencing that they were putting up for the courts. Next meeting, I'll have hopefully some pictures of people playing pickleball and tennis on there.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that too. That's kind of fun to see in our packet.
Okay,
Thanks.
so we did 12A also, big day of service. Anything you want to add, Barry?
No, thank you, Horacio, for bringing us up to speed on that. And then the activity guide production, a few months ago, we talked about holding off on the printing and mailing until we were confident that we'd have our classes back. So this is going to be the last. We have a rec guide that's going to be going out here in a couple of weeks, and but this is the last one that we're not going to mail. We think it's the last one we're not going to mail and not print.
Okay.
So starting in the August rec guide, we're anticipating going back to what we were doing before.
Okay, good. Let's get back to normal. All right, so 11's done, correct? 12A and B are done?
Yes.
So we got new business. You want to speak to the software?
Yeah, I want to compliment Jason and Mel for a lot of work that they've been doing on finding a new recreation software. We've had, our current one, Max Galaxy, is becoming obsolete. Come October, it won't be functional. So we found this out a couple months ago. Jason and Mel jumped on it. They did a lot of research for others that do this type of work. And they scaled it down to, how many was it, 7 or so that you're looking at now? Jason?
We're down to about 3.
Yeah, you started off like 7 or 8, and
About 7 or so. 5, 6, like that, yeah. But now we're at the 3 that we're looking at.
So
And the price is pretty comparable no matter which one you pick.
there's a range in prices, and I think what they did, talking to Mel today, is they're weeding out some of the more expensive ones. One in particular that doesn't meet our needs as well as it being super expensive. And a couple that just, the technology isn't what we need, or isn't up to what we need.
Yeah,
So
well,
they've got it down to about 3.
The one that works the best for us, whatever, you know.
Yes.
It's a few dollars more here or there, but that's your choice.
Yep. So what I put in here is, recommendation to, with a price limit, giving us the authority to move forward based on a price range. And because we do need to get going on it, because staff needs to get trained, and we need to convert some our current clientele into their system.
All right, can
We do this not too long ago.
no, I want to.
5 or 6 years ago, was it?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it just feels like it was recent, but it's been a while, and that was the other last upgrade.
I want to say
And that was
it
still the same system.
I want to say
This is the whole-
it was a couple of years after Cindy passed away that we went.
Okay, I make a motion, we approve to give staff the authority to select a new recreation registration software provider in the amount not to exceed $19,000 and authorize the district administrator to execute the agreement.
And I'll second that
I
motion.
second. I beat you.
All right, Lisa won. Good job, Lisa.
Lisa won.
All right, so we have a motion, a second. Any further discussion? Then we will vote.
I only have a question.
Sure.
Well, because Barry's been in different districts, is he aware of other companies that they use that, his prior districts that?
Yes, my prior district, they use a company called Sportsman, and that is one of the companies that Jason and Mel have researched.
Okay.
I don't think it's on their final 3 list. And I
Okay, yeah,
understand.
they probably
there's-
didn't make it,
There's
yeah.
pros and cons, yes.
Yeah. Okay, just checking. I would assume that there would be contribution from your history and.
All
Yeah.
right, so
Thank you.
we got a motion and a second. We've had some discussion. Let's vote.
Grunberg,
Yes.
Montez,
Yes.
Swenson, yes, Stickney,
Yes.
and Mraz.
Yes.
All right, 500.
All right, so then it's on your court then.
Okay, the next item? Yeah, I'll take it.
Passing of SB 95.
Yeah, this is informational. This is something that happened starting on the 30th of March. A couple months ago, this board approved an extension of the Family First coronavirus funding that was terminated nationally and by the state on December 31st. And we had the option of extending that for 3 months, which this board approved. And that ended on March 31st. The state has since approved an extension through September for something very similar to what was there in place before. There are some differences. I included this in the packet. There's some pretty good information as to what it does and doesn't include. But it is a great benefit for staff that's impacted by coronavirus. I feel like there's going to be less and less need. I know a lot of our staff is now vaccinated, and a lot of the country is getting vaccinated, and hopefully this doesn't come into play, but if it does, at least there's some support. So this is really informational only, but I consider it good news.
All right, so then the fee structure, we're leaving it alone. Do you want to elaborate on that, or just?
Right, the fee structure for rentals, yeah, this was something that was agreed upon a year or so ago, and once March hit, we had to refund several rentals, and we really never really had this rental fee schedule in place for very long. So we're just going to roll it over for another year, not raise the fees since it would be kind of like double raising the fees since they really weren't applied. And it's what most other agencies are doing as well. And we think it's fair for our community and especially for our existing renters. So this is more informational, but I know normally speaking with my staff, the board has input and we bring our rental fees to the board, but the timing of this all is hit us pretty quickly. So I just wanted to bring it up to the board that we plan on moving forward with existing fees.
Okay, special meeting on, I've got tentatively Thursday the 22nd. Is that still the plan?
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up for discussion. Special meeting to discuss the farmers market agreement. And looking at the week of the 19th, Director Stickney and I spoke, and we realized that most board members reserve Thursdays for board meetings and was hopeful that Thursday the 22nd would work for the majority of you, for at least 3 of you, to have a quorum. 6:30 on the 22nd?
Yeah. It should be a short meeting. It should
Of
be
April or May?
April. Be a special
okay.
meeting. One item on the agenda would be the agreement with Common Kettle for the farmers market.
And you'll be done with your negotiations before that?
I don't know, that's Earth Day. I don't know if I can make it.
We,
Oh, it is Earth Day. Usually Earth Day is on the 21st,
Wow.
so
I know. So yes, I'm available.
Great.
I'm available as well, but I will have to like abstain from that vote. So we might want to make sure that others can.
Good. This is April 22nd?
Yes.
yeah, it should be a short meeting. I'm about the same, quicker than this one. How about that?
Okay.
I don't know, I'm giving you props for this one so far.
Yeah, well, let's keep rolling. All right, so.
Yeah, we're down to the bottom. Okay, yeah, I don't have
All right,
anything
so we'll
going
go
on
ahead.
April 22nd.
Why don't you email everybody, let everyone know we have it
Okay.
on that date at that time, and then we'll,
Time again?
huh?
Time again?
It'll be like a regular board meeting,
Okay,
so it'll be
6:30.
6:30,
Yeah, no problem.
and,
I can make it.
yeah, now all right, let's roll along.
So we don't have any special closed session meetings needed since,
No, I don't think so, but I will have the agreement. I also have a letter of interest that I already submitted to Marha that I'll share with you all. And
So, yeah, get that out. Once you finally, it's done, if you could give it to us, so we can review it ahead of time,
great.
and have any questions, and,
The key components are, we can't incur any additional costs because of the farmer's market, so we want to, at least have a net zero impact. And transfer of liability will go to them. So it's the liability and us not incurring any new costs.
so why isn't this just like another rec application to use the property for something like powwow days?
Yeah, I think it will be comparable to, it's a rental / partnership agreement.
it's gonna,
Okay, I get it. It's not, yeah, they get a break because it's not rental, it's community.
Yeah, it's community building.
after this one, it won't be well, it'll just be a regular, you'll bring it up during a regular board meeting, but after this one, after we get the format set up. All right? Directors and staff's comment. Nadia, anything?
Just thank you to everybody for doing such a good job. I know we mentioned it, but Mel and Jason have been working really hard on that new registration system, and so I thank them for doing that. I'm excited about it. And thanks to all the camp staff for their hard work and adventure crew.
Jennifer?
Yeah, everything's great in finance. We're getting ready for full staff.
We can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, everything's good in finance. We are gearing up for hopefully a nice full staff for rec and the pool. Fingers crossed on that, yes. And yeah, it's amazing what our staff does every day. The parks look great and the office moves so smoothly, so great job, everyone.
Let's see, Jason, anything you want to add? I've lost him. I don't see him. Oh, there you go. You're in the dark. You're in the shadow. How about them A's, Jason?
Got a rooster on his head.
Where's your A's flag?
They beat the Dodgers once. I guess that's something for some people. But
They had a brutal start, man, because it's Dodgers and Houston. Man.
Yeah.
they're losing at Houston right now.
Melissa?
Well, I want to commend Jason for staying on top of the computer system or the new system. He's the one who's had to reach out, contact, and get meetings with all of these different people for us to be able to deal with it. And that was not an easy task by any means, let alone sitting through all of our fun Zooms we've been doing. I want to thank all of our staff because, yes, everyone indoors and outdoors working very hard right now. And you will see with our new rental, once we can open back up, we do have a new rental form that is, Christina's worked very hard on with Capri to make sure it's 100% when we reopen up with all of our new buildings as well. So good job and thank you to the board.
But just like everybody said, thanks to all the staff and what we've been doing out there and taking care of the needs. I've been getting a lot of more phone calls on different issues that are in the parks, like trees and other things that people starting to see. So that means that people start to get out there and using our parks. I can tell by the amount of trash that we get in the parks. So I see a lot of people out. So that's good because they need to get out and into nature and enjoy the breeze and the fresh air. So thanks to all the staff and the maintenance for all their hard work. I don't know if you guys noticed that there was a big main broken over at Disc Golf. It was at the end of the line that is coming all the way from Oak and Filbert. And we added a pressure relief valve so that the air that comes in when there's any breaks or anything that is working between, we can now push that air out through there and hopefully save some work out there. But yeah, that line, 8-inch line comes all the way from Oak and Filbert. So yep, even occupied out there and just serving the public. So thanks to everybody who has sent their recognition for all the work that we have done collectively out there. So thanks to the public.
Right now, the parks are looking really good, Jason, or not, Horacio, but we are going to be into a drought, though. It's the third lowest rainfall total.
Yeah, we're at
2 years running.
58%.
So we're at
Mid-80s next week.
Yeah, so you may want to start thinking about cutting back when you can. Because I'm sure all summer, hopefully it won't be too hot of a summer, but let's just cross our fingers. Barry, you want to add anything or not?
Yeah, I got a few things. COVID, we are still in the red, but there's some changes coming April 15th with...
I was just going to mention all that
All
with
right.
the rentals.
Well, good. Yeah, there's some changes regarding what we can do with gatherings, outdoors, indoors, depending on what tier we're in. And so we have a staff meeting on Tuesday, and it's something that we're going to be talking about as far as our programming, what we can and can't do, what we're comfortable with. There's also the factor of whether or not we insist upon people showing the vaccination cards. If we mandate that, then it allows you to have more people attend your activities. So we are we're going to be considering these things as a staff. And also, you may have heard, but the governor said, I believe it's June 16th,
15th.
15th, we're going to be eliminating the colored tiers. Pretty much all of California will be open. There will still be some mask mandates. I don't know exactly the extent of those, but something else to look forward to. So all those point in the direction of us being able to be back to some sort of normalcy by mid-June. Other things I want to mention quickly, want to thank Horacio for taking the lead on current projects, especially the Hazel Courts, but also the sidewalk project. He's been our main contact person of late with the county in handling that. He's also been very good at sharing information with staff, notifying us when we no longer have access to either our community center or the new buildings, and now the work that's being done across the street in front of the youth center park. So thank you, Horacio, for that. I want to thank Jennifer. She took part in a webinar last week that was very informative, especially in the areas of COVID and AB5. And she shared that with staff. I believe Nadia and Sue were also in that webinar. So thank you for attending and sharing that information with staff. And I think that's, I also want to thank Jason. He volunteered to help us apply for a grant through Lowe's Home Improvement. It's their 100th anniversary, and they're giving $10 million out to 100 different applicants. So we're hoping that Orangevale is one of the ones that's selected. And so we narrowed down a couple of project ideas that we're going to apply for. And the application is due on the 19th of April. And I believe we're notified sometime in June whether we're accepted or not. And a last thank you to the Rotary of Orangevale. They have contacted us. They're interested in sponsoring some sort of apparatus in one of our parks in the future. And they're also contributing towards the paint project for the big day of service. They're contributing for the white paint fence that goes between the elementary school and our park, Orangevale Community Park. So they're going to take care of the paint for that project.
Good.
All right, I think that's all I have.
All right. Director Sharon, anything?
Yeah, trying to unmute myself. Yeah, 2020 is going to go down as you're on mute, unmute. Yeah. No, I just think the staff is doing an excellent job. I've driven by some of the parks. They do look excellent. I think Nadia has been really creative with the programs, maybe. All the programs with the parks. You're just trying to do the best you can with COVID. So I'm just impressed with everything that the staff is doing. I think you're doing a great job.
June 15th was music to my ears.
All right.
That's all I can say.
All right. Good. So that's Erica. You want to add anything, or?
Everything that Sharon said was exactly what I've been thinking. So I did have a question about as far as like when an Eagle project goes in, such as the that little library at the Norma Hamlin Park, like who is in charge of maintaining that afterwards? Is it us? Yeah.
I can answer that.
All right.
Okay.
It depends on the group. Some take the ownership or the effort to maintain it for 1 or 2 years. There's also community groups that work with those particular libraries, and they also do some of the work. And us as well, we replace doors and restain them. And I've gotten an extra one now so that if one gets vandalized or we lose one, we can just replace it and put it back in place until that one gets rebuilt. But depending on how we work it, normally if it's an organized group and they want to donate it, they take the responsibility of that library for a year. If anything happens there, they'll repair it.
Okay.
So that's
All
kind
right.
of how it works.
Yeah, it's just looking like maybe it needs another coat of paint, but I might talk to some of my neighbors and maybe I can get a little group together that might want to just spiff it up. And so I would just talk to you, Horacio, or?
Yeah, if you find somebody that wants to volunteer and do something like that, just contact me, and I'm more than happy to provide the necessary material so that any project that is going to benefit the parks can go through. So,
Okay.
you have to send me an email, and then we'll coordinate based on the volunteers' availability, of course.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Manny?
Oh, and also that stoplight's going in, and I'm really excited about it. Is it already in?
You're talking about the one on Main Avenue?
No, I saw that one too. That one's exciting. I'm talking about the crosswalk one,
Okay.
by the park, the community center.
Oh, out here.
Oh,
Yeah, it's looking good.
yeah.
Done.
All right. The sidewalks are closed, I think, maybe another couple of
Yeah, and
weeks.
the sidewalks, I was just really excited. It was just kind of neat to be on this side of it, to know like how much work went into getting that done. So it was just really exciting to be able to see it happening. So yeah, good job for the board on that one too. And just everybody that like really pushed the county to be able to get that in. I think it was really well worth it. So.
All right, yeah, and I agree with you on congratulations to the board. We did a good job. Manny?
Well, let's see. We've been on the county for like 25 years, right, Sharon, for the light across and the sidewalks. And it's just nice to see that they finally got around to doing it. But they always promised if they had the funds, they would do it. And so they came through. So that's good. I went to 3 parks this past week, and including Community Park. And I'm out there with a picker-upper and a trash bag, and I came up with less than a quarter bag of trash in all 3 parks. So that's pretty good. That's very good. I talked to a lot of the users, park users. A lot of them would like to see, almost all of them, would like to see more park benches. They said, please, can we get some more park benches? And I said, okay, I'll let the board know.
Which parks are you talking about?
Almond, Pecan, and Community.
All right.
They all wanted more parks and swings for adults too. So I said, well, okay, I'll give them the word, but they all wanted to see more swings for the kids, and occasionally if we could break for a couple swings for adult size, because they didn't want the kids to have all the fun.
All right.
So, but all in all, it was nice walking and meeting people, and people really attach themselves to parks, to their area parks, and they consider it their park, which is nice to see, because they watch it better. So the dogs, there was only one dog off leash that I saw, and that dog was well mannered, and all the other dogs were on leashes, and so, you know, it looked good. And the horse arena was well used. That was nice to see, and it was nice. So all in all, the park's look in great condition overall. The almond and pecan needed water, of course, but other than that, it was just about it. It looked great. It was good work to the staff.
Just remember the drought.
The droughts, that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah. You done, Manny?
Yep.
All right, yeah, the parks look good from driving by the few I've seen, and what can I say? Look, guys are doing a good job. I'm looking forward to get rid of the zones and back to business as normal, and get to use our new facilities, walk the sidewalks, come here and buy fruit on Thursday night. All looking
the
good.
rental.
All looking good.
Yeah.
All right. Items for next time, you want
Yeah, the one major item for next time is the intention to levy the assessments. So
And that'll-
SCI Consulting
to,
is,
and that'll be in the May meeting, right?
they'll be at the May meeting, and
Yep.
SCI Consultants will be here too.
So do we is that, we have to post it after that, or is
I
that?
believe it's posted after that.
Okay, all right. So can I get a motion to adjourn?
I motion we adjourn.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, we tried, close.
Excellent.
Good job.
7:30, that wasn't bad.
That's not bad at all.
Thank you, guys.
Wow.
Be
I
safe,
think
be blessed.
I think that's close to our record.
Thank you.
All right, all
Official?
right,
Bye.
all right,
Aye.
Right.
Have a good one, everybody.
all right.
Night now.